Welcome back to Chess4All. This new video will start with the position we showed you last time. The queen and the king were on the same rank, however they were separated by the g7 pawn. Also, black has mate in 1, so unless we force something to happen immediately, we're going to lose this game. How do we salvage this game from the jaws of defeat? Well, it might have been a loss if not for unsuspecting queen to h6 double brilliancy. This move creates an absolute shockwave in the black camp because he has to take the material or else his position is pretty much doomed. With a threat of queen h7 checkmate and being 2 pieces down, you can't really not take the queen on h6 with the g pawn. However, that leads to us taking the f3 bishop. And now it gives us a beautiful absolute pin on the g file. This now leads to an unstoppable finish because even though the queen will take the rook and the king will capture back, as I detailed, there are 2 pieces up, and this is well more than enough, as if you're an intermediate player right now, to win the position. However, the next one I'm going to give you, which is another invisible move, is nowhere as close to the simplicity of this previous one. With mayhem occurring in the position and both kings completely exposed, this will be a great challenge and show the real strength and grit in your problem solving. Both sides have chances of mate threats, but it's blacks that are more straightforward and much easier to spot. However, from the absolute jaws of defeat again, white can salvage something from this game and even go on to win this. But how do you make sure that his pieces can't attack your king? Pause the video now if you want to solve this position for yourself. Well, now, as I will reveal the answer to you. The rook on f8 is the piece that we need to take out, because it's the one that can quickly check on f2 and lead to the mate threats. However, taking f8 while threatening and checking the black king is not very straightforward, but this beautiful tactic shows us how. Rook to g7, checking the black king, bishop takes g7, and then another sacrifice in queen takes g7. This double sacrifice lures the king after the next move, king to g7, to the g7 square, where now taking on f8 comes with check. Well, how does this matter? Because now we've just sacrificed a rook and a queen. When you're a rook and a queen down, even just taking a rook with check doesn't look like it's a big thing, right? Well, that would have been true, if not for one minor detail. The queen is on h2 is very close to being trapped. If we can somehow trap it, then it's game over for black because that's the really only piece left in its camp. Well, this is what leads to it. After king takes f8, knight takes h3, and suddenly, out of nowhere, the black queen is trapped. Black queen can't move anywhere, and if the knight takes on h3, which literally leads to the same position because the black queen still can't move, knight going to f3, and then suddenly, boom, the black queen is trapped, and even though the pawn might come to h2, there is nothing it can do because the king is really close and the knight can't defend the pawn and promote it, so it doesn't even make any change to this position and is not anywhere close to being a lethal threat. White will quickly become 3 pawns up, and then it's game over, and white seals a simple finish. But is there any way we could have spotted this at the beginning? Let's just go back and rewind this position again. Now at the initial glance, it looks literally there is no way that you can trap queen. However, as the tactic showed, the key takeaways from this video are: never lose hope. There's always some way. Even if there is almost no way, there's sometimes that your opponent might not see the winning route, and there's always a chance for draw or you coming back into the game. Secondly, even if you do have chances, you need to look for forcing moves, checks, threats, and checkmates. Those are the 3 ways you can continuously put pressure on your opponent to make a mistake or to make incorrect moves, which could lead to your advantage. And also, even if they don't make a mistake, this could also lead to a beautiful, beautiful ending like this, where you can trap or get a piece into a poor square where you can take it. And finally, always look out for the most potent piece in any position, because sometimes the piece is literally carrying the whole side by itself, and just eliminating that one piece could lead to a complete turnaround in the position and lead to the other side winning it. So always try to eliminate the piece that you think is damaging your position the most or hurting your attack, because sometimes that could lead to a complete disaster for the opposition. And finally, now to end the video, I give you a new strategy, a new sacrifice, or a positional or tactical win. You need to figure out who might be winning and how to finish this position off. Thank you so much for listening to a new video. Please subscribe and hit that like button so that I can continuously keep making videos like this. And also, if you love the content, please share this to somebody else because they could also benefit from these beautiful traps and positions. Thank you and see you next time. Cheers.